and I want to feel better about how I look and how I feel. So,
Hey guys, so we're just hanging out. I'm gonna probably live stream until about around 4. Then I have another group to go into. I'm just really watching Haley Heyman.
I was actually so nervous to be traveling somewhere brand new, completely by myself, with people I do not know. But this challenge actually gave me something to focus on while I was away, and it ended up making this trip way better than it could have been. So you're gonna see that. Here you go. I had just arrived from Canada, and originally my plan was that I was going to go down to the fitness center, do my movement for the day.
I've got this like cool skull thing coming from the oak.
I'm compromising with myself. I still want to move my body intentionally. So, is that I'm going to walk to go get food instead of eating at the restaurant here or eating here. So, I'm taking my movement and making it part of a different activity that I'm going to do. I'm probably going to end up getting some shit at McDonald's or something, but like it's still intentional movement. I think one of the best expectations that I set up for this challenge was that the type of workout or type of movement doesn't matter. It's just that I'm intentionally moving my body. That's really good. Also, there's so much randomly. This is cool. I just got out of the tower and I'm looking at a little area because I'm creating one. It's like, I don't know if I should try to figure out how much that would cost me. Still not about the fact that I can request a yoga mat at no extra cost and watch my movies. Another version of it would be better. This version of Haley? He might. So this trip was only one night, and honestly, had I not been doing this challenge, I would have just scrolled or watched a movie instead of generally moving my body. And I felt much more connected to myself, especially since I had woken up feeling not the best and a little nervous about the career I was going to. Overall, I was super surprised that I was able to get in so much movement on a work trip and felt really proud of myself. So week 1 was off to such a great start. So it is currently 10:48 p.m.
I am playing with my Stimax. These are the latest version from Samara. Can't wait to see what they come out in 2026.
It's cool to have a day where I didn't do like sort of very comfortable without it. Look at that, how that before this. I am showing up for a lot of these workouts feeling really tired and exhausted, but by the time I finish them, I actually have more energy than when I started the workout, which is a great reminder that sometimes it takes expending energy to actually regain or build energy back into your life, which is not a mindset I think that I naturally have, but this is a great reminder of that and a motivator to keep doing this. So for my final day of week 1, I got myself to the gym with my partner, and truthfully, I didn't push very hard, but that wasn't really the point.
Trish Sterling offers personalized service, the latest information, and experienced advice for buyers and sellers alike. Searching for a new home? Sterling Real Estate will guide you every step of the way. Sterling Real Estate will market and present your property in its best light to qualified buyers. With Sterling Real Estate, you'll see Bloomington through the eyes of a longtime resident. Whether you're buying or selling, trust the real estate broker your friends recommend.
What would you rate your workout on a scale of 1 to 10?
The workout today was 7 out of 10. Felt really good sweat. I think it's like max out. Really good.
Like a 4.
Nice.
So week 1 was a major success, but nothing could have prepared me for week 3. But first, week 2. Honestly, I spent most of this week doing dog walks as my intentional movement, but I did get myself out to do some paddling with my partner, which I don't have much footage of, and then I went to a workout class at my favorite studio, Lamb Cafe. I find workout classes one of the best ways to get me out of the funk, and truthfully, as this week came to an end, so did the good vibes. So I went camping for the last 2 days, it was super fun, but I realized a real flaw of this experiment that we're doing, and we're going to be talking about it. So let's talk about strategy we're doing in this experiment is contingent on two things. Number one, I wear my watch every time I do intentional movement. And number two, I start and stop the watch at the appropriate time. So where does the star lie? ADHD, baby. I am simply too forgetful to do these two things every single day. The truth is, we are about halfway through this experiment, and this was totally working, but the second I forgot to stop that timer, it totally threw me off and demotivated me, and I wanted to stop doing this completely. So we're going to use this as data to refine the experiment. That way, when you do it, it's easier. We are still working towards our goal of 210 minutes and 3.5 hours, and we're still counting up. So how do we make it that this still feels gamified, but we are held accountable to doing this every single week? Well, about a month ago, I got myself a little whiteboard and realized that the only reason I was still counting up, regardless of forgetting my watch, or forgetting to start it, or forgetting to stop it, I was still doing it because I was tracking how many minutes I was doing on a day-to-day basis. So we're adjusting this experiment to include some sort of tracking system. This is going to hugely help with the accountability around doing this every single week. But there are a couple of ways to do this. You can get a whiteboard calendar like mine, you can do journaling, the note app on your phone, a friend or a partner, and making it like a dual challenge. Your notion that you were hyper obsessed with, you can totally track it there. Really anything at all. But knowing myself, I'm going to add one additional piece to this experiment that will make this feel all the more rewarding, which is a reward. If I hit my minimum of 210 minutes a week, I'm going to give myself a little reward. Now, this reward will vary from person to person, depending on what's accessible to you, or what's not, and what feels good, and what doesn't. And for myself, I'm going to make this thrifting, because I did hit my goal 2 weeks in a row now, so I deserve a little reward. With all that being said, I'm going to go for the gym and then keep up my movement. Okay, this is a big soak. I'm not gonna lie, I have had such little motivation to move my body and work out this week, and so I haven't done a ton. I feel like passion for myself at the moment. It's period time, okay? It's hitting hard this week, and I have substituted a lot
Alright,
of my
I'm taking
for just outdoor time.
my
Just hanging out
meds
outside.
right
And I
now.
feel like that substitution feels fine mentally. So that's the process. So yeah, so this week ended up feeling really shitty because my
I usually,
but this was
but I
really
might
flexibility is
just do a body doubling,
especially as a period
taking
topper.
my
I
meds.
have to honor myself, so I'm giving myself some grace, and we're going into week 4. Week 4 because like I told you, my period was ending and I had a lot more energy. Now, when I began this challenge, I was feeling really bad about my body, and in week 4, I started noticing some small shifts. Now, I know that this challenge is not about weight in any way whatsoever, but I did think myself and started this challenge. Because I'm like, what a possible interesting piece of data I could get from this. Just weighed myself again, and I'm really happy to report I gained 10 pounds. And my pants don't fit me. I definitely got like a little punch. There's a little punch, every single thing that I was insecure about. Like there are things, but I need to throw out my scale and focus on what feels good. And I would love to tell you that's what happened, but it didn't. I did keep up with my intentional movement, but I've continued to have this mean, negative view of my body. But what came from this challenge was a few things. 1, amazing memories with friends and loved ones. Jeez. Yo, we need to buy a car real quick. A reminder that I can do anything when I put my mind to it. And 3, routines. Any routines, including movement, require flexibility when you have ADHD. And so here we are, about 2 weeks post-challenge. It is actually the day before I post this because I have been procrastinating editing. And I have continued to stay very intentional about my movement. Not only that, I've started to be really intentional about the food going in my body as well, because I always struggle with bloating, and now I'm really aware of it because I want to feel good in my body. I want this body to healthy as go on. So yeah, the truth is, I still don't have a great relationship with my body right now, but this was a really good introductory step towards that. I have looked at therapy appointment to start working.
So I've been kind of working with my therapist on a integrated family systems therapy. So let me show you. I have multiple dialogues. It's called pluralism in my head. So this is kind of what my journal looks like. And it has stickers. I do a lot of junk journaling.
The greater thinking of autism and the flexibility required for ADHD means that we need structured, flexible routines. And I think that's a really great thing to have learned from all of this. And so if you're going to go try this for yourself, do so with compassion and love for yourself, because that's what it's all about. And to close out, if no one has told you that today, I am so proud of you putting in the work yourself, because nobody else is going to do it for you. So it's pretty fucking cool to do it for yourself. And I will catch you in the next one. This video took me over a month to do, like 6 weeks. So, if I could subscribe as well, please, that would be so nice. Okay, love you. Bye.
The Online Energy Medicine Training is a profound online program through which you can learn shamanism and energy medicine and become a certified practitioner from the comfort of your home or anywhere in the world. This 6-month-long training takes you through the 4 directions of the medicine wheel, an ancient path of transformation and evolution that takes you on your own.
Hello, good morning. You're probably asking yourself, Haley, why did you not get ready for this video? And that's because this video is beginning first thing in the morning. Not that long ago, I posted on my Instagram story talking about the fact that over the last couple months, I have felt so dysregulated. I went through some pretty massive changes in my life, and I've been really struggling to get back into my regulated state. What does it actually mean to be dysregulated versus regulated? Here's editing Haley to tell you. Thanks, Haley. When you are regulated, your nervous system is balanced and able to respond appropriately to what's happening around you. Your body is in a state where it can rest, focus, digest, and socially engage. When you are dysregulated, however, your nervous system is out of balance and perceives threat, danger, or overwhelm, even if you're technically safe. The body shifts into a survival response, fight, flight, freeze, or fawn. Your system is focused on survival over connection, which can make it hard to think clearly, connect with others, or calm down. Back to you, Pat Taylor. When trying to regulate, I really set the goal and intention of dropping into my body. I don't know about you, when I feel dysregulated, I feel completely out of focus sometimes, and I have a really hard time of listening to what I need for understanding what's going on in my body. So now that I've done a meditation, I'm going to do a very quick stretch. Very quick. Okay? When we are dysregulated, I think expecting ourselves to go from 0 to 100 in terms of doing things to take care of yourself, it's just so unrealistic. So I'm literally going to spend 5 minutes just doing intuitive stretching, like I'm not following anything. I just want to start moving my body in a way that feels good. Your movement does not need to look like my movement. When I talk with my coaching clients, we talk about what is the minimum type of movement that you can do on a daily basis. For example, if you're brushing your teeth, can you also just roll your shoulders out at the same time, move your body side to side, and then be done? Those small little actions really do add up over time. You have permission to do the smallest amount instead of nothing. That's an okay thing to do. One of us fall into that black or white thinking, and so here's your permission. You're allowed to find that little gray area of doing just a little bit instead of all of it. Okay, now that we've moved our body, one of the most important things you can do while you're trying to regulate your nervous system is to give yourself fuel. So I'm going to go eat quickly, and then we're going to go on to our next step. Now, I know telling you to eat is a lot easier than actually eating, and so I did develop an ADHD system for food and how to make sure you're fueling yourself. So if you want to watch that whole video, you can watch that here. They're clicking it right now. And hopefully I know how to do that. Now it is time to shower. And for many of us, showering can feel really hard. Just the act of like getting in is challenging. But here's why showering is actually so helpful to regulating your nervous system. It's actually shown that warm water can produce oxytocin in your body, which is essentially a happy chemical, and it reduces anxiety and stress. It can also
I also might have to have ENT surgery, so we're waiting for results on that. And then I have a oncology appointment, so that should be interesting. I'm checking on my orders.
So nice. This is specifically a shower spray, so it's meant for this. They stuff is so strong though, so you can't use too much or else your eyes will start to burn. That's fun. It's hard to capture how nice this feels, but I will also close this door so it's even darker in here, and then have a very relaxing, nice, warm shower. All right, post shower, I am now dressed. I've done my hair, sort of. I asked you guys over on my Instagram story what things you guys do when you were regulating, and the number one answer by far was going out into nature. If you've been a long-time watcher of this channel, you will know that I am from up north. Yep, that's right. I'm Canadian. I'm from Vancouver, Canada, and so I have access to some of the most beautiful nature and wildlife in the entire world, and so I'm going to take advantage of that. My partner has an on-road vehicle, and so we're going to go into the little button up nowhere and have a time. I'm going to do some other things while we're out there to regulate my nervous system, but let's get going. Today, and I had to stop. I was feeling a little bit tired, and there was a hole. And I thought I was going to fix that up now, but there's no concern. We have an extra time. Easy peasy. Now I just get to enjoy nature while he fixes it. Because that's not So I just snuck away. We just got to our campsite, and I am just not feeling that great, and I need to reset, and I know the best way to do that. You already saw me meditate this morning, but I want to talk more about why that is so helpful for ADHDers, especially when you're trying to regulate your nervous system. And to do that, I first want to thank the sponsor of this week's video, Headspace. I first tried meditating in high school, but the truth was I had no idea how to do it, and so I gave up on it entirely. I had essentially built this belief that I was too hyperactive for meditating. But when I started using Headspace for the last few months, I realized I just needed a guide to walk me through the process and stop expecting myself to just do it, because that's so hard. Headspace takes the guesswork out of meditating and makes it as simple as opening the app and choosing meditation. Now, if you have decision fatigue like I often do, Headspace will recommend a meditation for you based on the time of day that it is. I will always pick these ones, and they have yet to fail me. For ADHDers especially, it can be so easy to get stuck in thought spirals since our brains are moving so quickly. So having access to support like Headspace creates a moment in the day when you can stop, slow down, and reflect. I find that after just 3 minutes of meditation, I am less anxious and stressed and less reactive to my negative thought spirals. And if you find sitting with your eyes closed for meditating is too challenging, Headspace actually offers options for walking and running, because meditation doesn't have to look like just one thing. I find that using these during my walks in the morning with my dog is super supportive and starts me on the right foot every day. There's also sleep content, and so if you are one of the many ADHDers that struggle to wind down, you can throw on a guided meditation to help soothe you into a restful sleep. Headspace really does simplify meditating and make it accessible to anyone, and so if you've been interested in mindfulness or meditation, this is your sign to download Headspace. And if you use the link in my description, you'll get 60 days for free versus their 7-day free trial, so you can test it out and see if you like it. Thank you again, Headspace, for sponsoring this video, and let's get back into our regulating tips. I just think we have a relationship with the provider of legs. Like that. Right?
They killed her brother. They shot her dog. And they took her hostage for 400 days in terrifying nights. They raped her. They put guns to her head. They starved her.
Say that.
These are the stories of Israeli women attacked by Hamas. If you are supporting Hamas and radicalized Palestinians, this is what you are supporting. Choose freedom, not terror.
Do you know what eating bananas can do to your liver? Bananas are actually edible and they're still free. But what many people don't know is that the resistant starch of green bananas can have a significant effect on liver metabolism. Are they actually healthy? Here's what you need to know. I'm a doctor. And I quit. Years ago, I made a New Year's resolution for myself that I would no longer participate in what our country calls healthcare. It's actually sick care. It doesn't restore health. It just profits off of people staying sick. And why don't doctors tell patients that eating something as simple as a grapefruit every day supports blood pressure naturally? Why don't doctors tell patients to focus on herbs or certain foods? I believe that real health is possible, and I believe that you are the solution. Most people think it's impossible to get healthier once things start going downhill. But eating something as simple as cabbage and cucumbers can help with maintaining healthy inflammation levels. And cinnamon and brown rice can help balance blood sugar. What else can foods do for our health? So that's why I wrote Living Good Daily. So my book just came out, and it is the guide to help you experience real health. Like literally the guide. It has a 21-day challenge, what to eat, what to do, how to fix it. You can get this resource right now, and I committed that I want to change as many lives as possible. So I'm giving away thousands of these books, and you can grab the free resource. All you have to do is claim yours right now. Now, before they're gone, once I run out, that's it. But I've committed to give several thousand away this year, and you can get it right at this moment. But you have to click it. It's going to be gone, and then the books will be out. So somewhere on this page, wherever you're watching this on, I'm not sure, or whatever platform you're watching on, find the button, click the button, click it. So find the button on here. You have to click it. The way procrastination is the biggest thief of health, so don't miss out. I'm out of here. Make sure to grab your book. See you real soon. You're still watching, which means you haven't clicked yet. Find the button, click it. Procrastination is the biggest thief of health. If you don't click the button, you don't get the life change, and that's what I want for you. So click the button. Click it.
Our next tip is based off of a book I read quite a while ago, which is called Play PhD. I'll have a link to the description if you're interested in it. But one of the things that I found so interesting about it was talking about how play is super regulating for your nervous system. So I have trapped my boyfriend Bailey here into playing a game with me. He hasn't consented to this. He's being forced.
That's in this tree right here, not the side, but the thick one behind. Right. Okay, come on. All right, so I will.
All right, my turn.
So I'm gonna end the stream kind of around like 3:58. Because I've got a group to go to on Hay Piers.
This big one. I feel like I'm feeling hide them properly. Okay, you can come out. I got it right. Now you die. We're now changing location, and we're going to film ourselves as we're hiding now.
I think I might end it.
And the POV.